What is one of your favorite memories throughout your project?
Well, I had a great time. We went to the pantry and we saw the meat that I donated, and we just got to like hand it out to people, and it was a really good time.
Great. Well, what would you say, kind of imagine the impact would be if other 4-Hers were to follow in your footsteps?
I'd feel that a lot of communities would get lost, like hunger. They'd get fed and get a lot of protein and health, and I feel that it would be a very large impact on society.
I agree. Well, we are so grateful to have you here tonight, and just so pleasure to see what kind of impact you've made in your community. So thank you so much for coming here today.
Well, thank you for hosting this wonderful event.
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, home of the Grand Ole Opry and the Titans.
How did you get started in 4-H or involved with it?
Well, Dr. Alma Hobbs, who's here tonight, started a local chapter in Nashville when they wanted to have more diversity in 4-H. So we were the benefactors of 4-H, and I think I was in it for 3 years.
Very neat.
Yeah.
What were your first projects in 4-H?
I remember doing the poster project. And might I add, and I'll be talking about this later, but might I add that I won at the local level and I went to the district. Yes, that's right.
Very nice.
That's me.
And how did it lead to your successful culinary career?
I did not cook at all, so I drew, but I see art and being creative as just an outlet for any and everything, because I also did theater. But the first time that I was celebrated for being creative was honestly with my art in 4-H. And so I went on to do more and more creative things. I wasn't good in sports, so 4-H celebrated sort of that side of myself. And I went on, yeah. So then I went to accounting, hated that, and then I found food.
Very fun. And what is your favorite memory in 4-H?
I really want to say winning that blue ribbon, but I'm sure that was something. I'm sure there was something else. No, you know what it was? In our class, because we had a really small class, there were only 30 students, and I'd been in school with these kids since they were all 5. And it was all of us coming together, and it was the first time that I learned about officers and parliamentary procedures. So it was really exciting. And 4-H time, our classes, we all got together and worked on a project together. And it was just really fun. Yeah, so I love that.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me and answering my questions. I hope you have a wonderful night. We're really excited to have you, and I heard you're emceeing the program tonight. Well, you're wonderful at talking, so I know that's going to be great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
In DuPont, we're trying to find ways to help farmers feed the world. And when you think about the challenge we have with 9 billion people, it's going to be the next generation that really solves the hunger problem. And so one of the great things about 4-H is they're helping young people develop leadership, science skills, all sorts of capabilities at a young age that are going to serve them very well to be the leaders of the future.
What is the most inspiring thing you see about the 7 million 4-Hers we have today?
It's the energy and the ideas. It is so fun to be around the young people and watch them come up with solutions to problems that folks my age would never come up with.
And if you had one piece of advice to give to 4-Hers on their efforts to bring about change and tackling world problems, what would it be?
Science is universal, but solutions are local. So work on local problems and you'll find out you're having an amazing global impact.
Great. Well, thank you so much for answering my questions, and
Great.
we're so glad to have you here.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here. Thank you.
I don't know where I would be, but I don't know that I would be where I am. You know, I definitely credit 4-H with a lot of not only the life skills, but definitely in Clovers and Company, the skills of performing, the amount of time I got to performing in an ensemble, being able to perform with different voices, being able to work with people like Dr. Borel, who obviously was such a wonderful mentor in music, and really learn about being on the stage in a different way than I ever had or had the opportunity to before.
And what message would you give to the 7 million 4-Hers today who are pursuing their passions and dreams through 4-H?
I would say number one, you've made a good start by being in 4-H. That is for sure. And that there are people and mentors and agents who want to help. There are different parts of the organization that it is so diverse and so vast. It may not be what you stereotypically think it is at first blush. And if you dig deeper, there is so much going on. And it's even changed since I was, coming through the system. So I'm excited for all that they can do. The sky's the limit.